So what is your name?
Lois, Lois.
And what was your maiden name?
Harrison,
And when did you graduate from Steinmetz High School?
June 1947.
Fantastic. Now, I understand you had a teacher. I don't know if he taught science or something like that to you, and Mr. Bradley.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you learned from him?
That was history.
History.
I thought it was my junior year. I'm not positive. And he's an exceptional teacher. Very direct, very kind, personable. And he didn't just go by the textbook. He would try to give us the picture of the situations. For instance, he pointed out to us, if you look at your dollar bills, they don't always say that they're based on silver. And so we never noticed that before. And so he gave us some of the history of literally basing our currency on gold or then on silver, and then that even being taken away. So he woke us up in several ways. And then he tried to wake us up about people starving around the world. And he asked this question: has anyone in this classroom ever been really hungry? And a young man, I think his name was Glenn, I'm not sure. And he was a heavy set person. And he said, I've been hungry. And so Mr. Bradley pressed him. Well, he was talking about dinner was late, or somebody forgot to cook this or cook that. But no one in the room had ever they didn't come from homes where there was no food at home. So that was a big point. And then the third thing that I recall is he was talking about the poet Emily Dickinson one day, and was trying to grasp the words to a poem, I'm nobody, who are you? And I, who really didn't know much about Emily Dickinson, had heard my sister Ruth and her girlfriend saying this poem, so I had memorized part of it. Well, he was so impressed, he wanted me to start writing poetry, and I have no talent for that. I never did it. I was to bring a poem that I wrote the following week, and it didn't happen, unfortunately. But yes, I admire this real person who was a teacher there.
Mr. Bradley, so taught you some financial literacy. He taught your class how to appreciate poetry. Do you remember any of that Emily Dickinson poem?
I don't have it
I'm
straight.
nobody.
I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. No. See, now I'm forgetting already.
Don't let them know.
There's the two of us. Yeah, I'm losing my rhythm. Let me start again. Nobody, who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell anyone. I lost my rhythm.
Yeah.
I've lost it.
Okay. But thank you for sharing that. And anything else you want with Mr. Bradley or you wanted to talk about? So it's good that you remembered your teacher. He taught financial literacy. He taught poetry. He enlivened the young minds at Steinmetz. It was kind of a new high school when you were there, right?
It had been completed in 1935, and this would have been 1946. It was a new high school. It was like, none of you children ever went to such a high school. It was gorgeous.
Yeah. Fully
Equipped. In a campus out in front, the football team practiced there. And at that time, nobody wanted to damage anything. So nobody even walked on the grass directly in front of the building. You just didn't do that.
Yeah, it was well cared, well respected.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you said something to me earlier before we started filming about the band? Where did they practice?
Oh, it was designed, classical design, 3 floors, but in the center section, there was a 4th floor, designed for the band so that they could open their windows and not disturb the other classrooms on that floor, trying to do something quiet.
Yeah, so they're on the top floor, and they're very nice. Very nice.
It was nice.
What club were you? You were in a choir or some sort of choir?
Yeah, I was in junior choir. It started halfway after the first semester, the second semester of my freshman year, brand new, and was in that all that time. And Miss Farr, she was talk about a teacher. She was a very real teacher, music teacher, and her sister didn't work there, but also a very talented musician. And so we would practice for a competition in spring, and even go to their home one time. And it was she's a real person. Yeah, I liked her a lot.
And where are we sitting now? What city and state are we in now?
Columbus, Georgia.
And what's your full name now? Is it still Lois May Harrison?
Lois May Harrison Sandri. Or I can say Lois May Mary Harrison Sandri. And if you want to think about it, that's a sentence. If you spell the words a little differently, Lois May Mary, Marry, Harrison Sandri.
That's brilliant. I've never heard that before, and I've known you my whole life. Thank you for sharing that. Well, cheers. And,
cheers to you.
And we're in, what city and state are we in?
Columbus, Georgia.
Columbus, Georgia. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
You're more than, thank you, Joe, for listening.
Beautiful interview, Joe.
Oh, by the way, your husband, where did he go to high school?
He went to Steinmetz High School, the same high school as I did.
No way.
And he graduated a year ahead of me. I know my class was 400, and his was probably at least that large. This is a large high school.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know him.
Yeah.
I only met him because my sister Ruth, who graduated in 1943, June 43, went to, in the same class with her future husband, plus my husband's older brother.
Yeah.
So then when she and Don, her future husband, became engaged, she was invited a lot to my husband's home.
Yeah.
Because of her. Okay, so then that's how I met my husband.
How many siblings did you have, and how many went to Steinmetz?
4. I had 5 siblings, 4 sisters and a brother. All 5 girls went to Steinmetz and graduated from Steinmetz. My brother went to Lane Technical High School and graduated there.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. It's
Well, thank you.
December 19, 2022. We're in Columbus, Georgia, completing an interview with the luminous and ethereal and quite funny Lois May Mary Harrison Sandri. Bye-bye.